Alright, welcome back to Budget Tech. Today I've got this old HP laptop. I think this thing was made in 2015. It's like a 15-inch laptop. I don't know what processor it has in it. I don't remember. I probably have the specs somewhere. But this thing stopped working like 4 or 5 years ago. The hard drive burnt out. I ended up finding a really cheap one for like 15-20 bucks, so I just popped it in there. And then I booted Linux Mint on it. But I figure I've done enough of these Linux Mint videos. We're gonna try something different. So what I did is I got something on this flash drive here. There we go. We're gonna be trying out Anduin OS on this laptop. It's just the same exact 1 terabyte drive that came standard with this laptop that I put into it. I don't know what happened here. I might have to reboot unless it started. Oh, nice. It's already starting. Okay, so I wanted to try something different, like this Anduin OS. I've been seeing a lot of videos about it lately. Sorry, I went fishing earlier. I got bit. Hell on my leg. And what's interesting about Anduin OS is obviously it's a Linux-based operating system, but it's a Linux operating system that was built and designed by a former Microsoft Windows developer. So they say, I don't know, that in terms of like onboarding from Windows to Linux, this is actually a pretty simple to get used to operating system. And I mean, as we're looking at it, it doesn't look too far off really from Windows 11. What's this? Is this a start menu? Oh, it's a loading menu. Oh, I probably need to connect to Wi-Fi. Let me get that set up real quick. All right, we have connection to the interwebs, and I will say this thing loaded up. This OS loaded up much faster than Linux Mint did for the first time, and this computer still has Linux Mint on it. When I loaded Linux Mint onto it, there was 0 operating system whatsoever. It was just a blank hard drive. So let's do the obligatory YouTube video test. Who's got 4K videos? Let's see. Mr. Who's... Oh, wait. I would think Mr. Jerry Rig, everything has some 4K vids. I love watching that guy destroy stuff, man. But the reason I like watching him destroy it is because he has the ability to put it back together. I, on the other hand, when it comes to these, at least iPhones, I do not have the desire to do so. Okay, it's a little rougher than Linux Mint was running. That's for sure. It's starting to smooth out. No, maybe I should stop speaking before I get proven wrong.
Before something, there was nothing. And nothing just came out swinging against the big boys with a $499 smartphone
Quality.
that competes with the best.
It is already kind of struggling. Let's see what 4K happens. What happens with 4K? Let's see, does our brightness work? Yeah, our brightness works without having to press any FN or function keys. Let's see if our volume does too. Yep, volume. Seems like so far our keys kind of line up, because sometimes you have that issue where you gotta, like, you know, the main function typically on a Windows setup with these buttons are what you see emboldened, right? Like on here you've got your brightness, and then, you know, your volume and all that crap, play buttons and stuff. Sometimes when you switch to Linux, it flip-flops because these are also your F keys. Yeah, 4K ain't really... Should have probably put an SSD in here, but I mean, man, I didn't want to buy a 64 gigabyte SSD for the price I would get a, 1 terabyte hard drive. When I'm, you know, not somebody. I didn't want a picture in picture. I'm not somebody who is very big on like gaming or big time performance. I'm more just worried about functionality. Like, can I use it? So far, videos are running a lot rougher. I won't lie though. This Wi-Fi does not really do this justice. The Wi-Fi kind of sucks. Let's see what 1080p looks like for a second.
Blasting some Space Invaders is always a good time. But I'm sure you can imagine.
It is smoothing out now, so that's good. Literally, it's weird. It's like the second I say anything, it just like starts glitching. Yeah, it's doing it again. But I'm also moving the mouse. It's a little rougher than I'd like. I just don't know. I don't know. I probably should do some more work upgrading this laptop. You know, maybe I'll order like an SSD, and I'm not really sure. I'm not like a computer like repair guy. I don't know too much. I'm just learning. That's kind of like a part of the basis of this channel, right? It's like I'm a new guy. I like using stuff like this. I am by no means any kind of professional. I'm just a guy. You know what I mean? I'm an iron worker. I build stuff. You know, I'm not a tech guy. Like, but I like tech. I like learning how to use this stuff. I like knowing how to use this stuff. And like I'm really digging learning how to use Linux. I gotta be honest though. In terms of like usability, this is the standard version of Anduin, which is like a lower. Let's go to their website. Which is like a lower spec, essentially, version of this operating system. They have like a premium, right? But they say it's meant for higher, you know, higher quality hardware, which I am not running that on this. You know, I don't even, man, my newest laptop is like 3 years old, and that was just like a $300 Walmart laptop because again, you know, I'm not somebody who needs. Why does it look different? Oh, okay, there we go. So let's see, where is the different? There we are. So what we're running right now is this right here, this Noble Numbat Nimrod. I don't know. I thought I had a third word to go at the end, but it's so if you look here, the reason, I mean, I guess the main reason I took is to like, look, like this is supported till April 2029. I wonder if that just means though that this isn't getting updates until then. Released, it doesn't say really when the last update is released. I could look this up. I'll look that up in a second. But if you look over here, this is supported till July of this year. It was released about 8 months later, and it looks like it's basically just a further upgraded version of this. And this right here, this little line at the bottom, recommended for users who need a stable long-term version and on older hardware. Maybe I should have went with the recommended one. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make a bootable drive, and we're gonna see how that one runs. And by how that one runs, I mean how that one plays a YouTube video. But also, we're gonna see how accessible is it, because okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Where would I find? God, no. Settings. First, I guess let's find out what some of this hardware is. System about, just so I can confirm what I got. So yeah, it's a 1 gigabyte HDD. This has an AMD Radeon R5. I didn't even know that. So it's a 5 compute cores. That's a lot weaker than my my ThinkPad and my other like newer laptop. So this older version of this is already struggling. Ubuntu desktop. Oh, so yeah, I think this is based on Ubuntu. All right, give me a second. We're gonna go to the touchscreen Linux Mint machine, and we're gonna reboot this bootable drive with this other 1.4 version of Anduin and see how much better that is. I don't even know, like, oh, App Store. Let's see, is that, so this App Store must be like the software manager. Again, I mean, Linux Mint is my only experience with Linux, like, at all, really. Like, again, we're learning together. That's the whole point of this channel. Is like, if some blue-collar redneck knucklehead like me, stoner, freaking, you know, just some dude who builds shit and loves his family and wants to, you know, live a peaceful, you know, prosperous life, and that's anything like you, and you want to learn how to do this shit, that's what I'm here for. We're here to do it together. Now, if we could figure out how the hell to get this fucking App Store to open, we'd be getting somewhere. But maybe that answer lies in getting a newer version. Yeah, it's not even doing jack shit. Oh, I've seen a circle, the Lodi circle. Disk usage analyzer. That'd be interesting. Anduin OS. What's that mean? Oh, it's already having a unmounted. What the fuck's that mean? Oh. So that's just our hard drive that's got Linux Mint already written to it. Stop clicking. I don't like it. What the fuck is this out here for? Why? I'm gonna stop fucking with shit before I fucking break this fucking laptop. We should just safely go here. So this is your start menu, just in case you didn't know. Let's see if after running for a second first, if maybe this got a little better. I don't want to watch Mr. Beast. I think he's a Satanist and is probably trying to sell our souls to the Rockefellers. What? I didn't say that.
I started up a business to give old clothes a new life, and Chase has supported me from the beginning.
Okay, that loaded better.
Ralph's, you can clip and save more.
Fuck Ralph.
Spots in the app. Ralph's, so
Who's a kid
powerful.
Ralph? No, I'm just kidding. It's messed up. I should stop being a dick.
Is known for months that while AI is here to stay in some form, the financial house of cards that has propped up the recent explosion
This
in
is
investment
going a lot smoother. Ah, see? Literally, right when I say it. Literally, every time I say anything, it's like, ha, you said what? Go fuck yourself, dude. Linux don't listen to nobody.
starting to show in a way that I don't think
Yeah,
anyone
talk
can
about
ignore anymore.
butt crack starting to show. Oh, it's because I was on 40p. That's why. Oh yeah, it's already collapsing. So does Flatpak, using Flatpak, does that mean that, what, does it like distribute it, like for the graphical, what's it called, applications, does it distribute this like amongst, somehow, amongst the ether? I don't know. I'm not a computer guy. I just like using them. And I also like the idea of not having to buy new ones. This is why I'm trying to learn how to use Linux, because this is, the whole idea is using old shit that is otherwise discontinued that would just get, you know, e-wasted, or, you know, now if you want to own a computer, you gotta go spend $2,000 for anything that works halfway decent. Fuck all that. I want to know how to use my old shit. And I have a lot of old shit, and I've been buying more old shit because I want to make all that old shit work good for a long time, for at least for what I want. I'm gonna go. I wonder if I could just. It'll probably take forever. I'm gonna go to the touchscreen. BRB. I gotta shut this down because I gotta take the drive with me. All right, we're gonna shut this down. We're gonna see if that other one works better. Should it work better, we'll write that to the hard drive. Should it not work better, we may just stick with Linux Mint. Maybe I should start trying to download something like World of Warcraft. Maybe I could download both as like a partition. Isn't that like a... Oh, I'd have to go through the whole process. I definitely have enough space on this hard drive to do that. Maybe I'll write it alongside Linux Mint, whichever one I decide. Maybe I won't decide not to write either. I'll just do it, but alongside Linux Mint, and then we'll have a battle of the Windows noob-friendly Linuxes and see which one ekes out on top. With this freaking ancient laptop, I should start using a mouse with, because it's kind of a piece of crap trackpad. Hate this thing. Look at that thing. It's like crustier than my fucking palm. Yeah. I have a girlfriend, don't worry. BRB. Okay, we got our drive into the touchscreen. We're gonna go get the new Anduin. Don't mind the Wayne Brady in the background. Alright, we're gonna do... I don't know what torrent or how torrent means, so we're just gonna do the slow way. BRB. Alright, we got the Balena Etch-a-Sketch opened up. Oh, flash failed. Plug a target drive. There we go. Okay, select flash. Alright, we'll let that do its thing. It's going pretty quick. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying stuff. Every time I say something, the exact opposite happens. Alright, we've got our shit flashed. We're gonna pop this out. We're gonna go to the top of lap. Alright. Oh shit. Let me I'm gonna just do this fast way, I don't really care. Alright. Let's get this into the boot menu. Finger that F9 key like she's never been fingered before. Go to this hard drive or USB drive. Try and install. Okay, well I guess it just decided for me. We'll see what happens if the screen pops up, says Anduin OS on it, and then if it does, alright, we'll let this load. BRB. Alright, we're back in, and again, that was pretty quick. It's giving me an error. That's probably because we're not connected to any kind of Wi-Fi. So we will do that. 1 second. Alright, we're beamed into the interwebs connection. What the fuck is this error about? Alright, that loaded up pretty quick. Wasn't too bad. Again, you know, I said something, so therefore I should not. As it won't do it again. Alright, let's try this one more time. It's moving at about the same speed. I actually decided to connect to my hotspot on my phone.
If you've been in a car accident recently, there are 3
Because maybe the internet connection was part of the problem.
Tens of thousands of dollars. My friend almost made all.
Which might be true.
Before something.
Give me 1 second. I gotta actually disconnect something else off of it so we can get a good real look at it. Okay, let's see what I got.
There was nothing, and nothing just came out.
It's kind of
swinging
already a
against
little
the big
choppy,
boys with
but
a $499
and that's just
smartphone
with the
that could
auto at
be
480p.
best.
It looks like it's
However,
probably.
I did
I don't
discover
want
a subtle
shit.
design change, a flaw, if you will, that's present here on the Nothing 4A Pro that is not present on other smartphones.
There goes nothing. Yeah, it's pretty much probably going to be the same thing. It honestly, like, I don't even notice the difference, really. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. It doesn't really look any different than, except for this being called software. Can we actually see what the software looks like this time, or? Oh yeah, it looks like it's actually opening. That's a plus. As for this video, I think we're gonna have to gear down. Fuck. Oh.
Just something you should be aware of, and we'll get to it more in depth here in a second. Literally.
If you pause and press play every few seconds, you might be able to see like 1 frame per 20 seconds. Let's go to 1080p. Pretty standard HD setting. Just like what seemed to kind of work.
It looks kind of like an industrialized, cyberized iPhone 17 Pro, and I'm here for it. Especially because nothing appears to just be having fun with the whole thing, like adding literal games into the widgets on the main screen.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Space Invaders is always a good time. But
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna stick with this.
You can imagine my disappointment when I saw a pedal.
Yeah, I mean, let me try another internet connection. Okay, in theory, this should work better.
Meter widget and realize it only counts how many steps I take and is not, in fact, displaying how many of
And
MC's
it
buddies
is.
are in jail. The answer to that question is still unfortunately 0. The cool part about the back camera shelf, though, is the circular.
It's actually
LED dot
working a lot
matrix.
better.
This can display information
Until you
like
move the mouse.
notifications, timers, and music visualizers. Nothing has a very unique aesthetic across all of their devices. I'm a fan.
As soon as you
Jumping
give
into the
any
scratch
type of
test on a
input,
sub-$500
it just
smartphone
craps
that
out.
couldn't really be made of anything. The plastic would scratch at a 2 or 3, and here indeed we do see scratches at a level 2 with deeper
720.
grooves at a level 3. Thanks to a previously
Yeah, you
developed
can at least
protector,
move the
which
cursor.
I'll remove. The glass would be a 5 or 6, and sapphire, like we've seen on the back panel of the Red Magic phones, would
Let's see
scratch at
what we
level
got
3.
here.
Here on the Nothing 4A Pro, we do see scratches
It's basically
at a
just
level
like
6
kind of a
with deeper
knockoff
grooves at a level 7, just
App
like most of the
Store.
mainstream flagships.
Create. Is there a search
One
function?
really
Like,
cool
do
thing
I
that
have
Nothing
to
has done this
browse?
year is
Oh, there
tell
we
us
go.
exactly how much carbon was emitted
Let's see
during the
if we got
manufacturing
our
of each phone.
just
Each 4A Pro
stuff.
uses
OBS. How long does it take to load?
which is the
Alright.
equivalent of
Then
driving
we've
about
got
150
like
miles or eating about 25
Libre.
hamburgers. It's odd to compare
Or Libre,
manufacturing
I don't
emissions
know.
to eating hamburgers, but Americans will use anything but the metric system. The aluminum does feel fantastic though, and I think this is the best feeling phone that Nothing has ever made. It's down here at the bottom where we start to have a problem.
I wouldn't. I would download Steam and maybe try playing a game, but like just the idea that like running a HD video is struggling this hard on this OS, I don't think we're gonna be missing out on anything by not trying to play games on Steam. I don't even think I'm gonna continue any further. I don't see a reason to download this alongside Linux Mint. On this machine. On another machine, this might be nice. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Whoops. That was a dodo head move. Let's see if we still have our other operating system in here. I wonder if I ruined this this flash drive. Okay, we still got Mint. Well, I really wanted to give that OS a try just to see how well it runs on like an older piece of hardware, something that doesn't really have much spec to it or anything. This definitely falls into that category. It's only got like 4 gigs of RAM, like DDR3 RAM, and it's got an HDD in it, you know, not an SSD or whatever. So it's running on pretty old school, you know, old school is in like 10, 11 years ago, old school hardware. And like I said, it runs something like Linux Mint, not too badly. I think that I'd probably still even do better if I just decided to get XFCE instead of the Cinnamon. But Cinnamon works a lot better than that Anduin OS did on this machine for sure. I can actually watch videos, I can record videos with this. I doubt I would be able to like run OBS smoothly enough to like record a video with Anduin OS on this machine. So I would say that like in terms and like the usability, even like I feel like finding and navigating stuff on the Linux Mint OS is like so much more intuitive if you were a Windows user. Like it lines up with like your start menu, you know, it's all pretty spelled out. You might have to read a little bit of what each thing is, but if you do that, you'll get where you need to go, you know. But I'm trying not to be just a strict Linux Mint shill, but as somebody who's coming from the Windows ecosystem that's never used anything on this side of the fence before this, it's kind of hard not to. And I only really have old hardware. Like I said, I have a